Let's be honest. If you clicked this, there's a good chance at some point you really believed gambling could save you. Not entertain you, not just give you a rush, but literally save you. You thought maybe this was your way out of the job you hate, out of being broke, out of feeling behind in life, out of being ordinary. Maybe you told yourself one big hit could change everything. Maybe you believed you are one smart bet away from freedom, but that's the lie. That's the exact lie this whole industry needs you to believe because gambling is not a way to make money. It's a machine that survives by convincing people like you and me that maybe somehow you'll be the exception. And if you're treating gambling like an income plan or a side hustle or your way out, you're not building a future. You're walking straight into a trap. My name's Joe. I'm in recovery from gambling. My last bet was April 16th, 2024, and I make these videos because I know how this thing works. I know what it feels like to convince yourself that you're close, to tell yourself you're not like the other people, to think maybe you've figured something out. You haven't, and neither did I. Let's talk about the wins because that's the part that people get twisted. So you had some wins, maybe some big ones, maybe some life-changing ones, maybe enough to make your heart pound and your brain light up like you'd finally found your thing. For a minute, you felt unstoppable, untouchable, like maybe you were really different. But let me ask you this. Did those wins actually change your life or did they just make you gamble more? Did they make you feel more peaceful or did they make you hungrier? Because that's what people don't get. A win doesn't prove you're good at gambling. A win is bait, and that's it. Bait. The casino, the sportsbook, the app, they do not need you to lose every time. They just need you to win enough to stay emotionally invested. Just enough to keep the fantasy alive, just enough to keep you saying, I knew it. Just enough to keep you coming back for the kill shot that never comes. And that's why the house always wins. Not because that's some cute saying, but because it's their business model. These platforms exist to extract money from you, and that's it. Vegas was not built on people cashing out and going home happy. These apps were not built to make you financially free. They were built to keep you depositing, to keep you chasing, to keep you in action. Remember, the math is against you every time. And it does not care how confident you feel. It doesn't care how much research you did. It doesn't care that last weekend you hit a nice parlay. Over time, you will lose. That is the deal. And one of the most dangerous parts is what a big win does to your brain. It gives you false confidence and makes you feel smart when you really just got lucky. It makes you feel like you were chosen and maybe you found your edge or maybe you cracked the code. Maybe this whole thing can actually work. No, that's just the drug talking. Because gambling is not a serious plan to make money. It's a game of chance wrapped in false hope and sold to you like an opportunity. And that's why people start believing in patterns and systems and going on runs and momentum and going on heaters. Like, that's just the gambler's fallacy. That dumb little voice in your head that says, because something just happened, something else is now due. You watch black hit 5 times in a row and suddenly your brain says red has to hit. No, it doesn't. The wheel doesn't owe you a damn thing. But casinos know exactly how your brain works. And that's why they show those past outcomes. That's why they flood you with near misses. That's why slot machines make you feel like you almost had it every single time. That word ruins people because almost keeps you seated, almost keeps you depositing, almost keeps you believing you're one spin, one hand, or one bet away. And before you know it, you're not gambling for fun anymore. You're just stuck in this emotional hostage situation. And that's always what it becomes. Because after a win, you feel invincible. After a loss, you feel desperate. And both emotions push you back in. That's the scam. If you win, go again. If you lose, go again. If you feel great, place a bet. If you feel sick, place a bet. If you feel bored, place a bet. If you feel ashamed, place a bet. The whole thing trains your brain to turn every emotion into a reason to gamble. And that's not freedom, that's psychological slavery. And let's talk about time because gamblers love to talk about money. They don't talk enough about time. How many hours have you spent thinking about bets, checking lines, watching scores, watching games, doing fake Twitter research, chasing your losses, staring at your phone, mentally spiraling, just trying to get back to even? How much of your life has this taken? And what do you actually have to show for it? Be honest. If you broke down all the hours you've spent gambling, you're not even making minimum wage. And even if you think you are right now, just give it time. The math catches everybody. That's what people like you and me hate hearing because everybody thinks they're the exception until they're not. And gambling feels like a shortcut, but really it's just a life tax. It takes your time, your peace, your focus, your relationships, and eventually your money too. And then it has the nerve to convince you that the next bet will fix it all. And that's the sickest part. Gambling addiction is not some lack of discipline because this whole system is designed to get inside your head. All of the lights and sounds and near misses, instant deposits, nonstop notifications, the ease, the speed, the illusion that you're in control. This is engineered addiction. So, no, you're not crazy for getting caught in it, but you do need to stop lying to yourself about it because the longer you hold on to the belief that somehow it won't happen to you, the deeper this thing gets its hooks in. And let's kill another fantasy here, that fake sharp gambler. That guy online selling picks for 99 bucks a month, taking Venmo and Apple Pay, acting like he's printing money. If he was beating the system at the level he claims, he wouldn't need your money. That whole world feeds off desperate people looking for certainty in a game designed to give them none. And yeah, sure, some people hit big, some people have crazy runs. That's real, but those stories are not proof, it's marketing. Those are the stories that keep the losers believing their turn is coming. And while you're waiting for your turn, your real life is just bleeding out. Your relationships are suffering, your trust disappears. You start hiding things, lying, avoiding people, dodging conversations, and carrying this private shame everywhere you go. And the more isolated you get, the easier it is to keep gambling because now gambling isn't just the problem, it's also become the escape from the problem. That is how this thing eats people alive. So ask yourself honestly, why are you really chasing this big win? What do you think it's going to solve? Because money does not repair betrayal. Money does not restore peace of mind. Money does not give you back the years you burned living in this cycle. For a lot of people, gambling starts because life hurts, whether it's stress, boredom, pain, emptiness. But gambling doesn't remove those things, it really just multiplies them. It turns pain into chaos, stress into debt, boredom into obsession, hope into delusion. And then it tells you to keep going. So here's the truth: if you're treating gambling like a way to make money, you're getting played. If you're treating it like a way out, you're walking deeper in. Gambling is not freedom, it's a trap dressed up like opportunity. And the longer you stay in it, the more it takes, like your time, your money, your relationships, your sanity, your future. So again, ask yourself, is this really how you want to live? Always chasing, always rationalizing, always believing the next hit is the one that changes everything? Or is it time to stop getting played, get honest, and rebuild your life?